Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. Let us talk today about the pirate sirens of Ixalan, which you may think is talking about the creature types, but actually is a fan-funded movie that I am making about Magic the Gathering. So, head on over to my Kickstarter. No, we're talking about the Siren Pirates, the pirate sirens of Magic the Gathering from Ixalan. Flavorful or Flavorfail? What's it going to be? It's certainly a departure from previous siren aspect concepts that they have used. For example, in the past, they used things like Alluring Siren, and we'll put that up here so you can enjoy them titties for a moment, and then we'll move on to talk about the new breed of siren pirates that they have brought along. Now, if you didn't know, and if you were like me, you probably, when you think of sirens, think of a water-aligned creature, either some kind of merfolk or a woman who lives near the water, something like that, definitely involved living in the water, who basically would cause the death of sailors by luring them in, by either having music that was so, like singing so sweetly that it killed people, it charmed them, or simply caused them to smash their ships upon rocks. There's a number of variations, but that is what most people consider sirens to be currently. But they didn't start that way. When sirens originally showed up, they showed up in Greek mythology a long time ago. And they were actually part bird, part woman. Sirens have always been half female. I don't believe there's any mythology with male male sirens at all. So it started out as part bird, part women. They started out actually as just a bird with a woman's head. And then gradually, more and more as the stories changed, more of the body became feminine. And part of the reason they chose birds was it's based around singing sweetly. And there are theories kicking around that the concept of sirens were actually based on women in Sicily who lived near the water, who were amazing singers, and would lead sailors and things like that astray in their lives, out into debauchery. So it was kind of also loosely based further along on real world situations kind of deal. So anyhow, they start out as these bird individuals, which is really cool. And actually in some cultures it's reversed, where the top half is a bird and the bottom half is a lady. So it's pretty cool. Either way, the concept of the singing is constant across every variation of siren. There are no sirens that don't involve some sort of crazy powerful voice that can either charm you or basically kill you outright. So they start out as bird creatures way back, and you can see this on old school pottery, and then slowly Christian mythology essentially influenced it, and sirens became these sort of merfolk-esque creatures, which you can see in different kinds of artwork. You have old school paintings, some of which are very crude looking and some of which are absolutely amazing, and in some of them the sirens look like hideous, and in other ones they're just basically beautiful women with barely a hint of a sea aspect, like in this one picture where this woman just has kind of fishish feet, and the rest is just full-on beautiful lady. And they have musical instruments as well. They're often depicted with musical instruments. So in this case, how does this tie into siren pirates? Well, as far as I understand, there is no widespread use of siren pirates anywhere, really. I didn't dig too deeply, so there may be some corner case stories that I don't know about, or worlds that people have created with siren pirates. But what Wizards of the Coast has done is they have taken sirens back to being flying creatures, flying winged individuals, instead of being the sea-aligned creatures. They're still blue. They all fly, which is really cool. I like the fact that it's a return to what an original siren is, because I'll admit, at first when I saw it, I was like, this doesn't look like a siren. This actually makes me think more of a harpy, honestly. The Dreamcaller Siren, in fact, specifically, made me think more of a harpy at first, until I looked into it and realized, oh wait, this is just an original version of siren. But where it gets really cool is when you bring in the pirate part. Now, it sounds silly at first, honestly, but the more I looked at it, and the more I thought about it conceptually, it's really cool. I mean, there are only a few siren pirates in the set. It's a really neat idea. Basically, these few sirens have been tempted into a life of piracy. And imagine if you were a pirate captain. How useful would it be to have a siren with you. First of all, this is somebody who can fly, which is shown to be incredibly useful with creatures like Siren Lookout. Forget looking from the crow's nest. You can literally get a bird's eye view straight up. And the artwork for this is cool too. The fact that they decided to go with bird men is an interesting departure, and I actually like it. Some people may see this as just a shoehorning of, oh, we're just going to switch up the genders. But I think it's really neat conceptually to just go full on. We're going all the way back to the original concept for sirens. We're going to make a male version just because we can. Why not? That's cool. But on top of that, we're going to make them pirates where conceptually they would fit really well in the piracy life. Like Siren Stormtamer is the most amazing example. Honestly, to me, that's my favorite one. I mean, Dreamcaller Siren is cool because it does have the whole, like, it's putting people to sleep with it. Like, you can tell by looking at the card and the flavor, the concept is its song puts people to sleep. So that's pretty dope. That's not normal. I mean, that's not normally, oh, actually, sorry, that is actually what would normally happen with certain types of sirens. They would instead of causing a shipwreck, they would put the crew to sleep and then climb aboard the ship and slit their throats. So this is kind of a play on that, where it's like, okay, I'm going to put you to sleep, and that's how the tap up to 2 non-land permanent concept works, where it's basically like, he's putting things to sleep, it's tied into the name. So that's really neat, and would obviously be really useful to have on your pirate crew as well. Just put people to sleep, boy. That's so useful. But the best, in my opinion, and the most flavorful is gotta be the Siren Stormtamer. I mean, this is a siren pirate wizard, okay? So this is a siren pirate who also actually knows magic, and they've represented it conceptually amazingly. Like, this card all by itself is worthy of its own episode of Flavorful or Flavorfail, and genuinely I think without this card I would not have even bothered. But this card is amazing. The artwork is so striking. This guy is just flying out there beside the ship through the storm, but look, the storm is right there, and where his hand is reaching out, the storm is just gone. It's just 1 blue mana, sacrifice the Stormtamer to counter a spell or ability that targets you or any creature you control. So the Stormtamer can stop so many different threats that would threaten your pirate crew. This is the most amazing conceptual siren out of all of them for sure. And honestly, this so far, for me, is one of the absolute most flavorful cards from Ixalan. I mean, just, that's so cool. Before now, I thought sirens were just sexy ladies who were like, listen to me sing and look at my titties and you're gonna die. But nope, it turns out that they have stretched, they've taken something like this and it doesn't feel like they've done something wrong. It feels so right and so good in this world. It fits so well into Ixalan. I really like the concept of siren pirates, and that's crazy to me because honestly, the concept of pirates in Ixalan really didn't do that much for me. I was kind of like, pirates don't care. I enjoy the colorfulness of the dinosaur. I love gigantic stomping creatures, so that's a hell of a lot of fun. And the concept of vampiric conquistadors is also really interesting to me because conquistadors are out there conquering for their empire, but an empire that's built of a vampire is going to have vastly more power. So that was really cool to me. And then they were just like, also we got pirates. Yo ho ho, I want some treasure and some booty. And I was like, okay, pirates, who gives a crap? But these siren pirates are a home run and a half. And Siren Stormtamer, well, this emo bastard right here, he's tamed the storm in my heart, and it didn't even require his sacrifice. So thanks for coming by and listening to me ramble about some pirates and some sirens. This guy is my Johnny Depp. We'll see you next time.
Hi everyone. Together, we are the 6th color of magic.
We the best magic!